1246 WDEL. You know, once upon a time, Israel and Turkey enjoyed warm relations with close military and intelligence ties. We've talked about this before here on the air. Well, no longer. In fact, Turkey recently ordered the Israeli ambassador to pack up and suspended all remaining military agreements. But some Turks have been trying to repair. And we have one who's been involved with a neurosurgeon who's been involved in efforts to mend relations. He joins us live, I believe, from Istanbul, Turkey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and honor for me.
All right, sir. Well, talk about least who have applauded recent Turkish moves in terms of
well, on tension. In fact, there is no reason to be a problem because both nations, the Israelis, the Jews, and the Muslims, inhabitants for centuries. Temporary problem between the politicians and with the works of and actually the struggle of Mr. Oktar, it has decreased because we talked to the prominent yesterday, 3 rabbis, prominent rabbis, were in Turkey and with Mr. Oktar's TV show, and it's showing that there is no reason, and in fact, there is the Turkish Islamic Union, the unity of Muslim countries in the Middle East, in Muslim countries, which will embrace Israel, Armenia, and Russia, will be a complete solution to all these problems. There is no reason for bloodshed and terrorism and radicalism. And Turkish Islamic Union will eradicate radicalism, the violence, and the terror. They'll embrace the Israelis because they have the right to live in Israel, the Jews. They definitely have the right, according to the Quran, and they have the right to live there, but as well as Muslims and the Christians. So we should live in happiness, we should live in peace and tolerance in the area. There is no reason, and there should be progress of science, technology, and arts. They can get engaged into business, for example, the Jews. They can settle wherever they would like to, like in Jordan, for example, where their prophets live, or they can come to Turkey without any passports and visa. In Turkish Islamic Union, which will be a unity of love and tolerance and peace, there will be independent countries in this model, like Israel and Turkey and other countries. However, there will be no passports, no visas, and that will be a spiritual unity, and which will be a solution to all the problems. So we discussed that with Israeli prominent politicians and prominent rabbis, and we had Mr. Oktar has large press meetings in Turkey together with them, and this definitely has been a cause in decreasing the tension. So the tension has decreased, but the long-term solution, decreasing tension right now, the immediate solution is not a long-term solution. The long-term solution is the unity.
But Dr. Babuna, some say it is almost inevitable when you have a more right-wing government in Israel with Netanyahu, and when you have an Islamist-leaning government in Turkey, Erdogan, who has picked up considerable support, some say, from the Arab masses because of his recent moves, that those two leaders together, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen because of the respective political situations of each man and party.
Well, I talked to the politicians. They are willing to come to Turkey, and they don't want a problem. And Mr. Erdogan is actually a merciful person, yes. Yes, he's a merciful person. But I don't think there is going to be a problem. And I can give you a very powerful evidence, actually. As you know, there is a missile shield, which is built in the city of Malatya in Turkey.
Yes.
This missile shield is definitely to protect Israel from Iran. Iran is not a threat for Turkey. But this missile shield is especially built to protect Israel from Iran treatment. It is going to capture all the missiles whenever they depart from Iran in the air. And this is a protective shield for the Israel.
Yes, we have noted that. We only have a minute remaining. I would like you to comment on a story that I'm going to read to you, just 2 paragraphs from the Los Angeles Times today. In the space of a few weeks this summer, Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan slammed President Obama's approach to Middle East peacemaking, threatened to block U.S. business from drilling for oil and gas in the Mediterranean, and warned he might mobilize Turkish warships to protect activists sailing to Gaza against America's chief regional ally, Israel. Yet when Obama met Erdogan on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly meeting last month, he once again gave him more face time than any other world leader. Erdogan, Obama declared as the two headed to the 105-minute meeting, has shown great leadership. So we almost have painted here two personalities, two personas, two Erdogans, one which takes a fairly strong nationalistic view, and the other one in whom President Obama invests a lot of time. Please comment in the minute remaining.
Well, Mr. Erdogan said also declared, as you might remember, that there is no problem with the Israeli nation. So there is no problem between the Turks and between Israelis because they are descendants of the Prophet and they lived in peace and happiness for centuries long. This is the exact way it should be, actually, and it will be in the future. The Turkish Islamic Union will be a complete solution to all these problems. And we know, and Israel knows, the prominent rabbi also declared, they live at the time of the King Moshiach, what they expected from the Torah, and this is the Mahdi of Islam. And this will bring Turks, the Muslim countries, Turkic states, and Israel, Armenia, and Russia for unity, as well as the Christians, the Christian world, and there will be a religious morality that will prevail the world.
Okay,
and there will be peace, tolerance, and democracy in the entire world.
Well, Dr. Babuna, out of time. Thank you for joining us live from Istanbul. WDEL News Time now, 12:53, and WDEL Delaware AccuWeather being brought to you by Sweeney's Bakery.